it's very important for us to check in with ourselves, even with just a one word like that. Things don't have to be so complicated. Things don't have to always be complicated. But even just sitting there and asking yourself, we get mad because people don't ask us about us. But you don't even ask you about you. Even asking yourself, how do I feel today? I don't know. That is a very quick and easy way to get yourself grounded and centered. Is to know what you're feeling. Is to check in with where you are. And be honest about that. Sierra says she felt anxious. But now, because she named it, she named the feeling, she named it, now, if she so chooses, she can start doing things to address that. But in order to address something, heal something, turn something around, you have to know what it is. What is it? What is the sensation? What is the feeling? It's interesting because there's an exceptionally and an exceptional amount of noise out here than there normally is. However, instead of me being overwhelmed by that, I'm gonna acknowledge that, I would rather planes not be doing test drives or test flights, I would rather that not be happening. But I also understand that this is a divine example of me needing to be able to maintain my center even when everything else is off balance, because that is a test as well. Hey Jay, how are you? I'm glad you are finally stepping in to modeling like you should have been doing. I'm very glad. Because absolutely, you being able to focus, yes, that is a lesson. Being able to focus. You see, there is a difference between, and let me clarify this. There's a difference between focus and concentration. A lot of us don't have a hard time focusing. We have a hard time concentrating. To be able to focus is to be able to hone in on one thing, to zoom in on one particular thing. You can easily do that. Concentration is the amount of time you hold that focus. Focus is not always the skill that needs to be built. Concentration is the skill. Focus is the thing you do. And now you have to address why it's easier for you to not only focus, but concentrate on negativity, potential negative outcomes, as opposed to the endless possibilities of positive outcomes. You have to deal with that. That gives you a starting point. Sometimes negativity is familiar. We think that we're doing ourselves a favor by preparing for the worst. No. By preparing for the worst, you tend to miss out on the best. Because when the best shows up, you wasn't prepared for the best. You have prepared for the worst. So when the best shows up, you can't really receive it. because you was prepared for the worst. So get present within yourself, within your body, and say, I'm preparing for the best. Come on, somebody. Let that be your affirmation today. I am preparing for the best. I'm preparing for the best experience. I'm preparing for the best experience possible. I'm preparing for the best. I'm going to prepare for the best today. I've been preparing for the worst, and all I got was the worst. So, let me make sure that I'm not actually manifesting the worst, because that's really what happens. You manifest the worst because you prepare for it. You set your energy, you concentrate on that, you focus, then you concentrate on it, and you manifest it. You like, or you spend all this time preparing for the worst, that doesn't even occur, and now you sitting there looking foolish. I did all of that for nothing, right? And then the best showed up, and you can't even appreciate the best because you can't believe that you prepared for the worst. Give it up. Just give it all up. Give it all up. Give it up. For what? For what reason? You've lived life long enough to know that even if you prepare for the worst, you ain't going to be prepared. In the sense that you're not going to. And when we talk about prepare, let's get clear on what preparation is. You know, I didn't come to teach this rising, but it's in my bones. Okay? Let's get clear on what it means. Let's get clear on what this means. Preparation. There's several definitions here. We're going to treat this like the Bible and pick the verses that we like the most. The action of or process of making ready or being made ready for use or consideration. Something done to get ready for an event or undertaking. Preparation. So yeah, oh, wait a minute, there's a musical note. Hold on, let's look at the musical definition. The sounding of the discordant note in a chord in the preceding chord where it is not discordant, lessening the effect of the discord. Oh my shana mahaya. We got a lot of definitions here. So preparation. We sit around here and we prepare. We get ready for a certain event and for a certain undertaking. What you don't understand is one, how powerful your mind is. Do you know how powerful your mind is? Do you know your mind helps to send signals to every cell in your body? Are we aware of that? And so when you go forth in life and you tell yourself, I'm going to have this bad experience, this is going to be crazy, nobody's going to hear me, nobody's going to receive me, nobody's going to be able to understand me. When you set that intention, it just doesn't stay in your head. You tell every cell in your body to respond in that way. How do I have the Carfax on that? I'll give you an example. When you think something is, how about this? You ever been driving and you think you finna hit something, and what happens? Your entire body tenses up. Does it tense up because you hit something? No. It tenses up because you thought you were about to hit something. I hope y'all are catching this. Preparation. Your entire body tenses up because you thought you were about to hit something. You thought that this was getting ready to happen. You had prepared for this certain event to occur. And thus your entire vessel, your entire being responded to that thought. Which is why when we speak about a daily practice, a daily spiritual practice, there's some people that can refer to some of the things that I teach about as being simple, right? Because I'm not, my content and my education is not rooted in how to be the most powerfulest root worker and magician and witch and wizard in the world. It's not rooted in that. Why? Because you have to be rooted first. And the truth is not complex. The truth is not hard to understand. The truth is very simple. And the truth is, all you need to get yourself in order is a consistent relationship with a particular affirmation. A consistent relationship with a particular prayer. A consistent relationship with a particular word to get yourself back in alignment. Spend the next week throughout your day saying that prayer, that affirmation, all is well. And won't you believe it? Old folks used to say when people lie, they lie so much they start believing their lies. That is a principle at work. It's not because a lie has so much power. It is because what you repeat, you will relive. What you keep saying over and over again, you will believe. Why? Because the cells in your body, we ain't just talking about spiritual up in the ethers, but in your physiology, your physical body, the cells in your body align with that thought. All is well. I'm feeling an uneasiness in my chest. All is well. When I don't know what is going to happen, all is well. I'm going forth and I'm preparing for the best outcome. That's what I'm preparing for. Because you see, people don't want to prepare for the best because they're like, then the worst happens. But you gotta peep the psychology here. If you prepare for the worst, and then the best happens, and you can't really receive the best, and the best doesn't really affect you because you prepare for the worst, that same thing happens when you prepare for the best, and something negative happens. When you prepare for the best, and the worst happens, you lessen the blow because you was already prepared for a good outcome. And thus, you will find something good about what went wrong. I hope y'all are hearing me today. I hope that y'all are hearing me today. I'm teaching you how to work around your brain, how to work around your mind. This is how we get ourselves centered. Prepare for the worst. I don't care what it look like. I don't care if you getting ready to go to court and you face a 45 years in prison. I'm preparing for the best. I'm preparing. I'm preparing for me to go in there and them to say, you ain't going to jail at all. I'm preparing for the best. Because that's the only thing you can do. Hey, Lainey. Prepare for the best. Because all is well. Is a being verb. We're talking about a state of being. Is. It is well. All is well. Currently. I'm talking about 1983. I'm not talking about last month. I'm talking about right now. All is well. And so you want to keep that prayer on your tongue. You want to keep that energy on your mind. You want to speak that over your finances. You want to speak that over your business. You want to speak that over your body. You want to speak that over your children. That all is well. I know I'm going to say it. I know I'm going to speak that. I know I'm going to hold that. Because all is truly well. If you are part of the Discord chat, we have a thread. I misquote the name of the thread. The thread is Light Bulb Moments. And the Light Bulb Moments thread, we share our accomplishments. And y'all, we do ourselves so bad. We really do. We do ourselves so bad. We don't even consider all the things we've done well. We don't talk about it. We don't tell nobody about it. We don't remind ourselves of it. We just stick into a perpetual space of what I still need to do, what I ain't done, what I need to do better, what I need to do this, what I need to... And you will find that you are repeating a voice, from your childhood or teenhood or young adulthood that always told you what you ain't did. That always criticized you, because that is criticism. That didn't acknowledge the things that you have conquered. And didn't tell you you were good. That you're doing a good job. That you are on it. You really knocking this out the park. You are doing a good job. Keep it up. You're doing a good job. And so I'm going to talk about some of my accomplishments. Because guess what? I'm also somebody who does that to myself. I talk about stuff that I still ain't did, stuff that's piling up, stacked up. Listen, I am doing the best that I can at this time. And guess what? My best has got to be good enough. Listen, and I'm doing a good job. I am. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. If you do know it, good. If you don't know it, here you go. I'm currently working on a book, and it is actually a book of prayers that's actually going to be used as a divination tool. And I have been the type of person where I am an excellent visionary. You can tell me, Darcell, I got this, I want to start this business. I want to start this business where I sell, smoothies and backpacks. Okay. You tell me that, I said, don't worry about it. I got it. Boom. I immediately start seeing the color scheme. I immediately start seeing promotions. I immediately start hearing names. My visionary skills is top notch. That's why when it comes to my spiritual abilities, clairvoyance is what is my strong point, because I'm visionary. I can see it, right? Thank you so much, Kelly. I can see it. And so that typically means that I'm an amazing consultant, not the best person to actually see things through. Oh, I could see it. I could create it for you. But when it comes to me having to execute it, I'm a consultant. I am a consultant. I can create, I could give you the full vision. Now you go do it. Because I'm not going to do it. I'm giving it to you. Okay? And so the problem with that is that it shows up as an issue when I actually need to do things for myself. It shows up as an issue because it's like, Darcell, you have to see it and do it. Because this is not just for you to see, it's for you to do. And so that's why I had to really sit with myself and be proud of myself. Like, one, with my Oracle cards. I'm like, Darcell, you completed that, bro. Good job. Good job. You did the damn thing. You actually did it. You actually designed the box. You actually got the money. You actually designed the cards. You actually found the people. You actually mailed it out. You actually did the things. Good job. Good job. You ain't had nobody to do it for you. You didn't have nobody for you to blame it on. You didn't have nobody. You didn't have nobody to push it over. You did that shit. Good job. Peace. Thank y'all. But this is how we need to do with ourselves. Y'all did that shit. You did it. You really did whatever it was. If you was exercising and you lost weight, you did that. If you got your space organized, you did that. There is nothing too little for you to what's that bird over there? There's nothing too little for you to acknowledge. You did that. Yes, you did. There's no such thing as a small step. A step is a step forward, period. It is a progress. You are progressing. You did that. Boo. You did. And so, with my book of prayers, I'm always get stuck on, well, no. I used to, come on, corrective language. I used to get stuck on the fact of, I don't have an example of this. I don't have an example of somebody doing this. I don't have an example in my family of somebody being like, I know that you got a salary job, Darcell. Cut that, go for this full time in a spiritual business. I did not have an example of this. And so it was easy for me to be like, oh, this is so hard. But I'm coming forth to let you know, sometimes God, the universe, the spirit, Olodumare, your ancestors, spirit team, your energies, honey, Jesus. Sometimes they are calling you to do a new thing. Sometimes they are calling you to do something that hasn't been done before. What do you think a trailblazer is? You are that thing. The thing you've been waiting on. You are it. Surprise. You are it. Thank you. I'm calling you Eye of Horus. Thank you, Eye of Horus. You are that thing. You are that the thing that you was waiting to fall out the sky. You are that thing. You are that thing. A trailblazer, not stationary or stagnant. Yes. You are that thing. You are the savior that you've been waiting on, honey. You are locked up in this. Listen, you are the princess in the tower waiting for some prince to come save you, honey. Meanwhile, you got the keys in your hand. It's you. Surprise. God has called you to do a new thing. The universe has called you to do something that has not been done. The mother has called you. Excuse me. You are destined to do something that has not been done before. So you cannot be afraid of the figuring it out phase. You cannot be afraid of that. You can't get weary. Come on, I'm going to go dive into my Christian days. You can't get weary in well-doing. You cannot. You can take a nap, but girl, you better get up. You can lay down for a few, but you better get up. Because you're being called to be that thing. To be that trailblazer. Let me tell you something. This was a message from a teaching a long time ago that I did. And the teaching goes like this. There are people who didn't know that you were possible. Woo! Allow me to say this again. There are people that didn't know that you were even a possibility. There were people that couldn't even fathom that someone could experience what you've experienced in life and be who you are today. I want us to get clear about this. People don't know that it's even a possibility that you can go from sexual assault after sexual assault, abuse after abuse, and be walking around healthy in your mind and in your body and making decisions for your betterment. What? There are people that don't even know that you could have been a drug addict and now be an excellent leader in your family. There are people who don't even think that that's a possibility. And you are playing yourself so small, lying to yourself, saying, I'm more behind the scenes. Not realizing that your message is your ministry. Your misery is your ministry. Your suffering is your success. You are so fearful. You come up with all of these excuses. Why not to say anything? Why you shouldn't speak? Why you should just be like this? You come up with all of these reasons. But what you don't understand is that there's somebody who is doing the same thing as you, but ain't got the information you got. And is waiting for you to be the example. Is waiting for you to be the trailblazer. Let me tell you something. I used to hide the fact that I practice what I practice in my family. I used to think that I would. I was like, oh Lord, I don't want the people to know. Them people, they gonna judge me. They gonna do all this. I said, first of all, they're not gonna swing nothing. I said, they're not gonna swing. They not finna swing nothing. So let me start there. They not finna swing nothing. That's one. Okay. They not gonna swing. Y'all not finna swing nothing. That's one. Two, what I found out. Y'all, my Texas accent came out real strong. My Texasness is coming out real strong. They not finna swing nothing. They not finna swing. But what I found out, that when I started to shake rocks and blow smoke and do all of the things and carry on an extension of what my father did and what my ancestors did and what my great grandmothers did and my great great grandfathers did. All of a sudden, hello, hey Darcell, I got a question for you. What's up? You're the only person I can talk to about this. Okay, what's going on? I think somebody done put something on me. What you mean? I think somebody done put a root on me. Okay. Let me help you with that. You be that thing. All of a sudden, a DM. Hey man, you know, I've been having questions about this spirituality thing. Could we meet up sometime and talk about it? Is this my pastor cousin? Is this my pastor cousin talking to me about this? Wanted to talk to me about root work and conjure and ancestors and spirit teams and clairvoyance and claircognizance? I'm hollering Tracy. Is this? And so now, all of a sudden, every possibility that I had that I concentrate on negatively, all of a sudden the people is like, oh my God, I've been so afraid. Now look at this. I've been so afraid of asking these questions. I didn't have nobody to talk to about this. And then I saw your post. So wait a minute. Let me understand this. I was waiting on somebody and y'all was waiting on me. I was waiting on somebody and everybody was really waiting on me. What? I was waiting on somebody, but then everybody was really waiting on me. My God, today, because I'm the trailblazer. That's me. That's you. I'm trying to wait on somebody else to do it, and everybody is waiting on me. Let that sit with, I need you to sit with that. I need y'all to just sit with that for a little bit. I've been saying, I don't know, man. I don't want to start this business. I don't want to go to school for this. I don't want to switch to this job. You know, I don't want to move. Everybody has been living in this city, in this town. My whole family's here. I don't want to move because I don't want to be away from my family, and I don't want to do. Wait a minute. Here's the tidbit. If you don't follow your soul's calling, you will never be happy. And I mean that with a capital N. Never. If you don't follow your soul's calling, you will never be happy. You want to know why? Now here we go. Focus on this. When you continue to do something that you know that you shouldn't be doing, your environment starts responding to that. Your internal environment projects to your external environment. Here we go. So if your internal environment knows that this is not what it is you want to do, and this isn't what you should be doing, your external environment is going to start acting like you shouldn't be doing that. And you shouldn't be here. So then hell starts breaking loose in your life. Oh my God. Why is all this stuff keep happening? Because you're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there. And you know that you're not. But you are unwilling to move. What will then start happening is your environment will start moving you. And it will come by force. The movement will come suddenly. All of a sudden, that house you renting, the people want to sell it. All of a sudden, you got 2 months to pack up your stuff and go. All of a sudden, the neighborhood you in got very dangerous. All of a sudden, your job is firing people. All of a sudden, people is leaving. People is lying. People is cheating. People is confusing. And you like, dear God, what is going on here? Your environment is reflecting your internal environment. I don't want to be here. You know that you're not called to be here in this space. Okay, well, they don't want to be here, then we got to make them not be here. We got to start shifting some things. Your environment is responding to you. Your environment is responding to you. So, your calling, right? I saw someone talk about, but I have a lot of interest. And then my question is, have you tried all of those things? Because let's understand this. When we say, what's my purpose in life? I believe everybody got the same purpose. Everybody's purpose is to bring healing to the planet. Everybody's purpose is to raise the vibration. Everybody's purpose is to aid in the transformation of the universe. That's your purpose. Boom, it's done. Now, how you bring about healing is very different. Now you have to choose your healing and transformative modality. Are you a nurse? Do you heal in that way? Do you make products that make people happy? Do you heal in that way? Do you provide hair care services? Are you an esthetician that heal people by making sure they show up in the world in a way that they feel confident in? Do you own a daycare that help bring transformation to the lives of children and help out parents? How do you do that? Do you do like Tracy said? I'm learning that sharing my experiences help others with their experiences. Absolutely. Do you bring about healing by talking? But that thing is this. That thing that you want to do, that you feel pulled to do. But all of a sudden you're like, but I can't, man. I'm not at this level. I don't have this yet. This hasn't happened for me. I still got to get this degree. I still got to get that. All of those are excuses. You don't drive to a, listen, if you are going somewhere and you meet a red light and you say, I'm finna turn around and go home, don't worry about it. What? There's supposed to be red lights. There's gonna be traffic. there's gonna be a wreck on the road. The GPS may have to reroute you. But for you to be like, what? Is this a red light? Oh no, don't worry about it. I'm turning around. I'm going back home, figure something else out. You're going to be like, hey, Camille. You're going to be like, what? There's an accident? Don't worry about it. I'm going home. But what? This road is closed? I'm turning around and going home. That is nuts. But come on now. There is what? An internal navigation system. There's an internal navigational system that reroutes you. Because there is always a way. If this road is closed, your internal navigational system is going to reroute you into a different direction. If there's an accident here, depending on which navigation system you got, depending on how updated your system is, it'll tell you ahead of time. There's a wreck on I-35. Rerouting. Come on, intuition. You are on the fastest route. You are on the fastest route. However you want to say it. There is a 5-minute slowdown ahead. Your internal navigation system will direct you to where it is you need to go. But you do not, for those reasons, decide to go back to where you were. There's always another way. I'm going to give y'all this message. I'm going to tell you this story. And then I'm going to go prepare because I have a session in about 30 minutes. I was on the phone with my sister. And she was leaving, I believe, an interview. And she was needing to make it back home to her job. She was working from home, so she needed to make it back home. When she was on her way home, she ran into a train, right? And I was on the phone with her. And I said, where are you at? She said, I'm finna be late. I'm stuck here right on this train on FM 78. And I said, which way are you facing? Are you looking at the train? You looking at the little Walmart, the neighborhood Walmart? Or are you away from the neighborhood Walmart? I'm looking at it. And I said, oh, sister, you don't have to sit at this train. She said, what? You don't have to sit at this train. I know a way around the train. And she said, there's a way around the train. I said, yes. What you're going to do, you're going to turn around, and then you're going to go right on 78. And you're going to ride 78 all the way down till you get to Kirby. And when you get to Kirby, you're going to pass the Quick Trip. And you're going to turn right at the Quick Trip. And the Quick Trip is going to take you underneath the train. And she said, what? She couldn't see it. She said, I feel like I'm still going to get caught by the train. I'm like, sister girl, I'm telling you, you're going to go around this train. Just turn around. And so she said, okay, I'm turning around. And I could hear in her voice that she was very unsure of my direction. And she turned around and she made a right, and she was driving and driving and driving. And we were keeping conversation, but she kept asking, "Are you sure now? Because I feel like he's going to run into this train. I feel like I'm going to run into this train." She made it to the Quick Trip. She turned right. And she was going underneath the train tracks. And she still thought that she was going to run into the train. And I said, now that you've gone underneath the train tracks, you are now parallel to the train. And if you keep straight, it's going to let you out at where you were stuck at. I said, if you keep going the direction that I'm telling you, it's going to let you out where you're stuck at. So all the while she was driving, up until she got to the intersection, up until she got to the other side of the intersection, she still thought that she was going to run into the train. She thought, like most of us do when we're in a predicament, that he must not see where I'm at. He must not truly know what I'm experiencing. God must not truly understand. The ancestors must not truly understand. The spirit must not truly understand where it is that I am. When she got to the intersection, she said, "Oh, I see it now." It literally put me on the other side of the train. I said, "Sister, how many times have you waited at that train?" She said, "It's more times than I can count." Had to be 30, 40, 50 plus times that I've always thought that when the train came, I just had to sit at the train. That there was nothing I can do about this train. That I would just have to be late. That I would have to just sit here. That there was no other way. I come today to tell you to trust your internal navigational system. Trust your intuition. This is why we need the daily spiritual practice. That's why we need the prayer on our tongues, that all is well. Because you gotta know that the divine can see something that you can't. You gotta know that God, that the spirit is gonna send you somebody that can see something that you cannot. And is going to be able to give you an alternate route. If you can't figure it out, somebody or something will be sent to you to help you. And you gotta trust that thing, because there is always another way. Rerouting. And sometimes the rerouting is going to take you to or through an unfamiliar territory. But you're not just going, you're being led. You're not just going, you're being led. You are being led. So get comfortable with the rerouting. Get comfortable with, I thought this was the way, but I found out that it wasn't. Because there's a lesson in that as well. This train hits here every day at 11:30 a.m. Because I ran into this train, now I know that if it's around this time, I'm not going this way. There's a lesson in that. There's growth in that. There's growth in going the wrong way. So this is why it is a waste of time to fear mistakes. It is a waste of time to fear missteps. It is a waste of time to beat your head down, saying, I can't believe this. It is a waste of time to strive for a perfect execution. You will never know what you didn't know on the test if you didn't get it wrong. You would never know what you needed to learn if you didn't get it wrong. If you didn't get an X on question 3. You didn't know that you didn't know question 3. And that X gives you an opportunity to go back and learn something else. And learn something new. All is well. Rerouting. That's a prayer in and of itself. Rerouting. Rerouting. I wasn't ready for that expense. Rerouting. When I say rerouting, come on. Every cell in my body is working to find another way. Listen. When I say rerouting, I'm decreeing that every cell in my body, every energy that is around me, everything that supports me is actively working to find me another way. It don't have to be hard. Your prayer don't have to be rerouting. It don't have to be complicated. Oh, I'm going to have to reroute this thing. Spirit, let's reroute this. Ancestors, help me to reroute this. Brain, mind, help me to reroute this. Higher self, help me to reroute this. Orisha, help me to reroute this. Angels, help me to reroute this. Fairies, whatever it is you subscribe to, help me to reroute this thing. There's an old gospel song, and I'm really going to go. I'm going to go on this one. Lord, don't move my mountain, but give me the strength to climb. Lord, don't take away my stumbling blocks, but lead me on around. Oh, Lord, don't move my mountain, but give me the strength to climb. Lord, don't take away my stumbling blocks, but lead me on around. I love y'all so much.